Hey everyone, it's Jason and this is your midweek cruise news update. And Royal Caribbean unfortunately has another issue. The cruise ban in Juneau, Alaska is starting to heat up. And I need your opinion. Is this the most entitled cruise ship passenger of all time? So cruise story number one, and unfortunately this seems to be a theme with Royal Caribbean this summer. And it's another power loss, but this time it's on their newest ship, the Utopia of the Seas. So they lost power for about 15 to 20 minutes. But some of their systems, including the air conditioning systems, didn't come back on for 2 or 3 hours. Now, it wasn't all the air conditioning systems, but it was some of them. So much so that they reached out to passengers and said, hey, if you could please not open and close doors to the outside as much as possible, it would be greatly appreciated to conserve the energy and air conditioning. So we heard about this happening on the Icon of the Seas back in May. A lot of people just blew it off. Then there was a fire. Now we see what's happening. As of yesterday, they're canceling next week's cruise because they need maintenance on that ship. It also happened on the Quantum of the Seas this summer in Alaska. Why are Royal Caribbean ships losing power? Any ideas why? Would love to hear from you in the comments. So cruise story number two, the cruise ship ban in Juneau, Alaska is starting to heat up. Now this is for Saturdays only. So if you look at Saturdays, they work about 24 Saturdays a year in Juneau, Alaska. Now, what has happened is many of the major cruise lines, NCL, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival Cruise Line have donated big money to oppose this ban. It's about $300,000 in marketing money that they have donated. The other side, $380. Now, we were at Juneau recently, and we saw these signs. Vote no to Prop 2. I talked to a bunch of people that work in Juneau, Alaska, and I never heard one single person say we want to see the cruise ship ban. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to pass this. The other thing that was very interesting that I did not know about Juneau and Alaska in general is most of the people that work there in the summers are not from there. They just come there every summer to work. They might come from the Caribbean, somewhere from Utah, all over the world, coming to work there. And I said, well, if this passes, will you come to Alaska or Juneau? And they said, no, we might go to other places in Alaska. Or one told me, hey, I might just stay in the Caribbean and work on a catamaran for snorkeling tours. So just an interesting thing there. What do you guys think about this? They only are there 24 weeks out of the year on Saturdays. Do you think this is a ridiculous thing? And do you think it'll pass? Let me know in the comments. So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you like this video, as it does help the channel grow. Also, we're on the path to 120,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. If you could help me do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. So cruise story number 3, is this the most entitled cruise ship passenger of all time? So here's a picture here. And what the story is behind it is someone posted it on Reddit. And within a day, 24 hours, it got 4,300 likes and 700 comments. So much so they just basically shut off the comments for it. Now, it was explained that this was an American woman on an NCL Baltic cruise. And she kept complaining that she had to walk to the smoking section and that it was an ADA violation that she had to do this because she had a bad knee. And she made the crew call their supervisor until they built her, as you can see here in this smoking section, her and who she was traveling with, her own smoking section. Is this the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Come on. Now, what's interesting is most of the comments were not necessarily upset with her, but they were upset with Norwegian Cruise Line, saying, why would you bow down to that? Why would you allow that? Others were saying, how is it an ADA violation when you were in Europe, not in the United States? What do you guys think? And do you have a story of an entitled cruiser? Would love to hear them in the comments. I'm sure some of you guys have some wild stories. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the continued support. And until I talk to you next time, happy cruising.